Come with me to establish care with a new provider in my hometown, Kennewick, Washington. If you're plus size, seeing a new provider can come with a lot of anxiety and worry. As you can see, I was anxious.
You should approach these situations with less defensiveness and more openness to feedback.
There are a few things I do to prepare for seeing a new provider as a plus-size individual. First, I make a list of my health concerns and goals for the appointment so I can keep the conversation on track. I put these in my notes app on my phone. At the start of the visit, I set boundaries by saying something like, I have certain issues I'd like to focus on, and I'd like to not discuss weight or weight loss. If the topic comes up, I redirect by asking for weight-neutral treatments or evidence-based solutions for my symptoms.
This is where this takes a problematic turn. By outright banning discussions of weight, you potentially exclude a factor that is highly relevant to many health conditions. Good doctors consider weight as part of a holistic health approach. It's not about shaming. It's about addressing risks tied to obesity.
In my notes app, I will also write affirmations like my body deserves respect no matter its size to remind myself I'm in control of the appointment.
The idea of being in control of a medical appointment undermines the doctor's expertise.
Sometimes I'll bring a trusted friend for support or take notes to stay focused. I'm going to address in another video what I do if I feel disrespected or dismissed. It's taken me a long time to learn to advocate for myself, and now I want to share with you what I've learned. Honestly, to my surprise, this doctor's appointment was one of the best I've ever had in my entire life. I felt so seen, heard, and understood. Honestly, advocating for yourself is where it's at.
Filtering out critical health discussions under the guise of protecting feelings is dumb. Avoiding weight as topic is counterproductive in medical contexts. What do you think? Should doctors be more accommodating to these boundaries, or is this approach too extreme? Let me know in the comments below.
Does a BP cuff on a forearm? I thought it needs to be on the upper arm or wrist cuff.
It's supposed to be, but...
Advocate for yourself equals don't tell me being fat is unhealthy.
Honey, you are not advocating for yourself. You're ignoring the inevitable. Your lifestyle is not sustainable.
I want to focus on health, but not what's making me unhealthy.
Here is a thought that bothers me. How come you demand doctors to care about your health when you don't in the first place? And why even bother going when you reject doctors' opinions?
The guy had a crush on me at Burger King because he gave me 3 sauces, and usually they forget my sauce. I think that's like a little way of him saying, yeah, you're cute.
You know, for those of you that know me, I have never given a fuck what people thought about me, what they felt about how I show up in the world. But one thing I know for sure is that we are stepping into the new year not apologizing to those that don't like how we show up in this world. You don't like how I look? That's not my problem. You don't like how I dress? I don't care. You don't like how I smell? We'll get into it. I actually smell really good.
This kind of rhetoric feels more defensive than confident. Instead of focusing on personal growth or shared understanding, it creates an us versus them dynamic.
You don't like me? I don't care. I don't care. The me that cared, she's staying in 2024. 2024 broke me. It almost broke me. And I just was like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't claim this. So we are not apologizing. We are taking up all of the space in 2025 and the foreseeable future. And if somebody doesn't like it, guess what? We don't care. We don't. And that's that.
Confidence is about embracing yourself without needing to shout down criticism. What do you think? Does this message miss the mark?
Yes, Queen. Take the space. No exceptions. No apologies. Doing the damn thing.
Dish. I've never been able to stay smelling good. What's your secret?
But your face does not match what you are saying. You seem scared, angry, and unsure. This is not empowering.
Lifeless.
Sure, let me explain. So the body positive movement originally was created by fat black women and disabled bodies for themselves and marginalized people. But thin white women wanted to jump on the train of body love and body acceptance and inserted themselves into a movement that is meant for marginalized bodies when thin people are not marginalized for their bodies. Therefore, they co-opted a movement not meant for them, which ended up pushing out all the fat people and our fat voices and highlighted thin people and thin people's voices. Therefore, the movement then now changed to, oh, I love my body, even though that was not its original main purpose. So the video that I made was me calling out the thin people who co-opted a movement not meant for them, and that screaming was their reaction because they don't want to take accountability. Hope that makes sense.
But isn't inclusivity the goal? Why gatekeeping? Does this approach help or hurt the movement?
Thanks, it does make total sense now. It made me wonder though, whether guys who like full-figured women are welcome. Chubby chasers/fat admirers.
I don't think even Marissa herself believes all the nonsense she talks.
I really don't know what's gotten into me recently.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits.
You cannot make this up. Macy's couldn't find a plus-size mannequin, so they literally dressed the skinny mannequin like this to stretch the shirt out enough. You cannot make this up. This is how small this mannequin is. Like, this is not a plus-size mannequin. What are we doing? Is it that hard to get a plus-size mannequin?
You are now demanding plus-size mannequins? WTF? This is also a problem for you? Isn't this too much? The mannequin is maybe fatphobic. So what?
Is it really that deep?
How is Macy's running out of plus-size mannequins disrespectful to her? She's looking for problems.
Now we are mad at mannequins.
No plus-size mannequins? I think that is a huge problem, but you can survive this. You will be fine. It will be okay. Don't panic.
I want you to try this because it's the green vegetable. Every time I've tried to cook her a little something extra, she just refuses. Just try a little taste.
Let's finish with some inspiration, and thank you for watching.